Sparkle throughout the night with Born in Roma fragrances by Valentino Beauty. Each bottle holds the energy of Rome after dark. Donna Born in Roma blends luxurious jasmine with rich, creamy vanilla, creating a sensual and vibrant signature scent. Uomo Born in Roma fuses aromatic sage and smoked vetiver, leaving a lasting impression that lingers well into the early hours. Shop Born in Roma by Valentino Beauty now at Ulta.
When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Came to the door, and the shoes he was wearing were literally chewed up. And I asked him, I said, what happened to your shoes? And he said his dog chewed them.
This is the plaintiff, Seth Frankel. He says he hired the defendant's limo company to take his family into the city during the holidays to see the Christmas spectacular show at Radio City Music Hall. And the guy botched the job big time. He arrived disheveled and smelly, showed up almost 2 hours late, and needless to say, they missed their dinner reservation and the show. The smell of the limo was putrid. There was no back seat in the car, and it was one of the most horrible experiences of his life. He's suing the crook because he refuses to refund his $1,883, and that's simply unfair. This is the defendant, Mark Hennig. He says he was not 2 hours late like the plaintiff claims. It was more like 40 minutes, and he made it into the city with plenty of time to catch the show. The plaintiff's a rude man who cursed him out, threatened him, and maybe if he weren't so nasty, it wouldn't have come to this, a lawsuit. Bottom line, he doesn't owe him $1,883. That's for darn sure. He's accused of lousy limoing.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants haven't been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Seth Frankel, you are suing Bob Mark Limousine Corporation, represented here by, you're the owner, Mark Hennig?
Yes.
For $1,883 in limo services that you want returned to you, the fees, $335 for a pair of pants that the limo ripped, $507 for tickets to Radio City Music Hall, which they made you late for, and $225 for you to get home from the city because he left you stranded.
That's correct,
Tell
Your
me
Honor.
what happened.
Well, basically what happened was I had ordered a limousine from Bob Mark Limousine Service on the evening.
Had you ever used them before?
No, I have not.
How'd you get their name?
I had a flyer left on my car at a supermarket with
Okay.
a picture of a brand new Bentley. Now, I knew the car that I was getting was not a Bentley, but I didn't expect it to be what it was.
Okay.
So I had made the arrangements to be picked up on the evening of December 4th.
For how many people?
6 people.
And where were you going?
Our plans were to go to the Carmine's for dinner and then to the Christmas spectacular show at Radio City Music Hall.
Okay. What time was your pickup?
The pickup was scheduled for 4 o'clock.
Who were the 6 people?
It was myself, it was my friend James, who's standing here, my brother, his fiance, and my niece.
Okay. And then what happened? Did they show up at 4?
No, they did not, and I continued to call, and I kept hearing, we're on our way, the driver's stuck, the driver's in traffic, then he had to get gas. At one point I said, let's take the train, but the problem was we were traveling with a child.
How old's the child?
Right now, about 1.5 years.
Okay.
When the car finally came,
When did the car finally come?
the car arrived after 6 o'clock p.m.
2 hours?
2 hours it was, yes.
It was 2 hours late and you continued to wait?
Yes. Yes, it was 2 hours late. Well, we kept being told that the car was on the way. It's
Well,
on
I
the
know.
way.
I mean, I buy that for the first X amount of time, and then at some point you just say they're liars and it can't be true.
Well, the problem is, even if we were to take different transportation in...
You were coming from where? Into the city from where?
Massapequa, and, at that time of the year, there's a lot of traffic going into the city at that time, and then, finally he did arrive, so...
Okay, so he arrives at 6, and then what happens?
Well,
and what's the mood in that room when everybody's sitting there for 2 hours waiting?
It was terrible. It was terrible. I was probably the only one that was still really, ready to go. And then this gentleman here, Mark, came to the door.
He himself?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, this was the driver.
Okay.
Came to the door, and, the shoes he was wearing were literally chewed up. And I asked him, I said, what happened to your shoes? And he said his dog chewed them.
Okay.
He was just disheveled looking, which, you know what, at this point, I just wanted to get into the city. So we pay, and he demanded that we pay in full.
When do you pay him in full, in cash?
Oh, yeah, in cash.
Before you enter the limo?
Right, well, I saw the limo outside.
Okay.
I did not.
Now, when you enter this limo, you find something rather odd.
Yes.
What was it?
When I entered the car, the rear seat, the part that your rear end goes on, the sit, that part, was not there. It was not there. It was...
This was a stretch?
This is just a 6-passenger stretch limousine,
So
yes.
it's a seat here and a seat here facing each other formation?
Facing each other.
Facing each other formation.
Yes.
So there's a seat here, and what is everybody else sitting on this side?
There's a seat that's behind the driver.
Right.
And the one that's at the back door, there's a back part of the seat, but the cushion that you sit on was not there. It was just metal and plastic, like whatever's under the seat is there.
Right, and you still don't, you are the eternal optimist. You still don't abort and pry the money out of his hands?
Well, no, I did not.
Come on up. What's your name?
My name is James Saladino.
James, what are you saying at this point?
I wanted to go to the city, but I'm also saying this is horrendous. But let's go anyway.
Okay, so what do you tell him? You say, what the heck? Where's the back seat, right?
I said, what's going on? I said at first, is this a joke? And he played like he didn't know anything. And then he said, oh, the driver from the night before had to clean it because somebody threw up in it.
Could you smell the throw up?
I smelled other things. I don't know if it was throw up. The car was stuffed.
Was there a woman in this group?
Yes, there was. We don't speak no more.
You don't, over this?
No, not over this.
Better not be over this.
No, not over this.
What is this? How do you, is it accurate that you showed up 2 hours late and without a back seat?
Well, I believe it was 45 to 50 minutes late, not 2 hours. And what happened was...
Why would that be acceptable?
Well, the original driver called in sick, and I had to fill in on an emergency basis.
What excuse would there possibly be to ruin people's evening?
He actually called me at 3:15, and I was actually in another car doing an airport.
Why is there no back seat to the car that you picked them up in?
Well, apparently there was a problem the night before that I didn't know about till I got to his house.
You didn't know about it? So what kind of operation are you running?
Well, I have the driver that gave a note in as evidence. She left a note for me that apparently got misplaced.
How much did you charge these folks to take them into the city and back?
I believe it was $600.
How much did they charge you?
It was $680 plus 20% gratuity, came to a total of $816. And I paid that in cash.
Only in America. Have that over, please. So now you get in. So you decide to go anyway because it's Christmas. And what do? You just sit on the metal?
Yeah.
So go on. What happened?
We got to the city. There was a lot of traffic. The time we got to the city, we had decided at that point we're not going to make the show. We're just going to go have dinner at Carmine's, and that's what we did. We went.
What time did you get to the city?
8 o'clock.
What time did the show start?
8 o'clock.
And you made a decision not to go to the show?
Oh, yes.
But you're suing him for the tickets to the show.
Well, the reason why we decided not to go to the show is because we had other relatives that were meeting us at Carmine's. So
Right, but they weren't meeting you at 8 o'clock at Carmine's.
No, I understand that, but they were there.
Can I interrupt them? Sorry.
Yeah.
We honestly never thought we were even getting there on time to get to the show. So.
But if you got there at 8 o'clock and the show starts at 8, you could have made the show, right?
Well, we had called to tell them to meet us at Carmine's, like to go
Okay,
to
no, and I
Carmine's.
understand that.
Sorry.
It's your night. It's just a question of whether I can say they missed the show because of your lateness, as opposed to they chose not to go to the show. And if you chose not to go to the show, which I might have made the exact same decision, it might have been more fun at that point just to eat. Everybody's frazzled. Nobody wants to sit for 2 hours. That's fine, but
We had no choice but to eat first.
Well, you had a choice.
No, we didn't.
Oh, yes, you did. Because if you got there at 8 and the show starts at 8, you could have gone to the show. It's unpleasant, but you could have gone to the show.
Could not have.
Why?
Because myself, as well as James, we're both on medication, and it's very important that we eat when we take our medication. We take a medication at a certain time every day. That's the truth.
Okay, listen to me. You made a decision, which I respect. It's just that I don't know that that means that they've got to pay for your show. Tell me about the pants.
I ripped my pants.
On the seat that was missing, on whatever was there, the surface?
I don't know if it was ripped on the actual metal or it was ripped on, where it goes together. But I did rip my pants on the back leg area.
Did you notice that you had done it when it happened?
Oh yes, I brought it to the driver's attention.
Did you show it to him?
I was wearing them, so yeah. Yeah, I turned around, I showed him.
Did you take them off and show it to him?
No.
No. Did you see that his pants were ripped because of your ridiculous situation with no back seat?
Yes.
All right, and so you must have felt awful.
I did.
You felt so awful that what did you do?
Well, they were sort of threatening me on the way in, so I just left him there.
What is the name of your Bob Mark Limousine Corporation? I wouldn't hire you to get me out of town if the boogeyman was chasing me. How could you do that? How were they threatening you?
No, just saying, they were going to beat me up.
They didn't say that. You never once said that in your answer to the complaint. You're just making that up now because you look so bad.
No, they did threaten me.
Not once in your answer to the complaint do you say they said they were going to beat me up. Okay? Let me read to you what you say instead. He was upset. You do say he started threatening me and telling me he was going to sue me. Oh, beat you up in court is what you meant, right? Not physically harm you. He started threatening me that he was going to sue me, and he cursed at me. He's a nasty man. And if he were a nice guy, his pants would be intact. If he was a nice guy, his pants would be intact. I don't know how that could be possible. So what happens? You guys go to Carmine's, you end up meeting some relatives there, and what happens? You have a good time?
Yeah, we actually did. Food's great there. But when we were done with our dinner, and of course we took our medication.
Oh, good. I was worried.
I know. We had dessert, and we, called him like we told him we would to let him know, and there was no answer. So we called again, and there was no answer. Not until the next day did I get a hold of this gentleman where he said some, nasty things that, I don't know if I can say them.
Yeah, Sam.
He called me and then he used another word. I don't think I should say it.
Oh, say it. A what?
Yes.
I've never even heard that term. I don't know what it means.
Video.
Serious.
Did you call him those things?
I don't recall. Possibly I did.
It's funny. If I use those terms, I might recall using them.
No, he did.
Oh, my gosh. How'd you get home?
Ended up taking two town cars. One that went to Massapequa, and one took my relatives to Belmore.
Who had come with you on the
That's
ride?
correct.
I'm in shock. When you call him the next day, do you tell him I want a refund?
I didn't even really get even to saying that. He was saying, I let him know that I was going to sue him, just leaving it on the voicemail.
Okay, the pants were $310?
Yes.
Okay, what kind of pants were they?
They were Aldo Zellas.
You didn't bring me the pants?
No, I did not. I apologize.
Why don't you bring it today for me to see them?
I don't know.
I mean, how do I know those are the pants you ruined?
Good point.
Show me what you paid for the tickets.
I do not have that, Your Honor.
Why not?
I didn't get a receipt. I paid cash
How do I
to
know
a
you were
ticket
even
broker.
going? How do I know they weren't comped? I don't know what your situation is. You bring me no proof on that. I have to understand your reason. I don't understand. What is your reasoning for leaving a family of 6 stranded in the city on December 4th when the traffic and everything is absolutely the worst?
Well, I just felt threatened, you know.
What did they say?
They said, we're going to pummel you.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So how long would you wait for a limo before you bail and find other transportation?
Like 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yes.
That's pretty tight. What do you think?
I think like 5 minutes, not more.
You would wait 5 minutes and that's it? Seriously?
Yeah, it needs to wait for...
Anybody a little more reasonable here? What do you think?
I'd wait 45. Wait 45 minutes.
Okay, you know what? That sounds about right. And make a lot of calls in between, right? Yeah. Got your point. Going inside the courtroom.
We're going to pummel you. Right, while you're driving. They said we're going to pummel you. You don't sound believable. What is your defense?
It was a snowball effect, you know, with me being at the airport and the driver calling in the last minute.
That doesn't sound like a defense. It sounds like I'm sorry, which is the last thing that you sound apologetic if you in fact called him a...
I think I may have said that because of the way he was acting.
That's funny, because it's really kind of anti-Semitic, don't you think? You got to think about that one? You got to think about whether saying something like that is anti-Semitic?
No.
I have a question for you. Where was your pickup supposed to be? And not at the house, pickup from the city back to Long Island.
It's going to be at Radio City.
I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the $1,883. That is my judgment.
Thank you.
Well, here comes the limo driver out here into the hallway. What's your reaction to the verdict?
I guess things happen in life, and it's part of life.
You proud of your work that day?
No.
You're lucky the judge didn't pummel you. All right, that's it. Fellow Officer McIntosh. All right, men, so you satisfied how this comes out?
Very much so.
Yeah? Mm-hmm.
I just can't believe, you know, that somebody would actually run a business like that. But I guess it happens. I mean, I'm glad that the judge, you know, saw it in my favor and understood what was going on here.
Did you threaten to beat him up?
Absolutely not.
No?
I would never threaten
What was the
anybody.
rudest thing you said? He said you were rude.
I believe maybe I said some, you know, nasty things, but not at him. You know, maybe I said, like, this car smells like, it was terrible.
All right, so you made the best out of a bad situation that night. Next time, Carmine's, they deliver, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to deliver to Long Island, though.
All right, over to Harvey.
You know, a lot of these limos are licensed either by the city, the county, or the state, depending on where you live. And if you really deal with a guy like this where you're not getting satisfaction, call the company that licenses or the agency. They might be able to get involved in pressure a settlement for you. That'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case in the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. You're ready to move your business forward, but first, you need to find the right team. Start your search with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It can help you reach qualified candidates fast, ensuring your listing is the first one they see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs are 90% more likely to report a hire than non-sponsored jobs. See the results for yourself. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
The Who's Down in Who Newville were making their list, but some didn't know Walmart has the best brands for their gifts.
What about toys? Do they have brands kids have been wanting all year?
Yep, Barbie, Tony's, and Lego. Gifts that will make them all cheer.
Do you mean they have all the brands I adore?
They have Nintendo, Nespresso, Apple, and more.
What about...
So the Who answered questions from friends till they were blue. Each one listened and shouted, from Walmart? Who knew? Shop gifts from top brands for everyone on your list in the Walmart app.
This is the plaintiff, Michael Starries. He says he rented an apartment to the defendant, who he thought was a nice girl, but soon learned she's a complete opposite. She turned out to be a party girl who made a lot of noise and smoked lots of pot. Once he complained, she abruptly moved out, not only leaving him high and dry, but also with a huge mess to deal with. He's here suing the irresponsible girl for the $4,080 he's now out, and to hopefully teach her a lesson. This is the defendant, Sue Ellen Monroy. She says there was a huge roach problem in the rat trap apartment the plaintiff duped her into moving into. He also lived at the property, treated her like she was his child living under his roof, and practically tried to give her a curfew. Besides that, he accused her of smoking pot, which she does not do. And if anyone's owed money, it's her. She's accused of rotten renting. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $3,100 for the return of rent and partial security deposit.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff rented an apartment to the defendant, but she was crazy, lots of pot and parties, and then she moved, leaving the place a mess. Now, the defendant says she doesn't smoke pot, and he treated her like a kid. It's the case of Don't.
Thank you, Douglas. Mr. Starace, you're suing Ms. Monroy, your former tenant, for $4,080 that you say she owes you in damages and rent. You have a counterclaim against him for $3,100 in rent you want returned to you that you already paid, plus security deposit. Okay, talk to me. Tell me what's going on.
Ms. Monroy answered an ad in Craigslist. To make it short, she wrote a nice letter, educated woman, responsible. It looked good. The pedigree looked very, very good. Shortly after that, her boyfriend was going to help her move in. Then he became more and more apparent that he was there. I guess he was working the nights, or he wasn't working the nights, but it turned out he's hanging out on the deck. This is a little small community with 4 houses, children.
You own all 4 houses?
Yes, yes, I do. And I was living in one at the time. Okay. Get a couple of complaints about marijuana smell.
Who'd you get complaints from?
People in the front apartment. Okay. One Sunday night, I shoot over there because I want a surprise visit. Someone opens the door, denies the whole thing. It's like a big puff of smoke comes out of there. It was like, and I still didn't ask her to leave.
You recognize the smell?
Yeah, I did. But I didn't inhale.
Okay, yeah. I figured that was coming. Okay.
Didn't really say a lot about it. Just said, listen, it's got to stop. And I caught him once. They were rolling a blunt out there. His boy's working on the car with them. There's the bus stops right there where the kids get on. And I went in to do a service call, and there's mattresses all over the living room. And
how'd you know there were mattresses all over the living room?
Because I went in there to do a service call. She complained about roaches.
Okay, but that's really none of your business.
None of my business at all.
Right.
All right.
So what happened? Get to the case. What happened here?
Well, she moves out. She sends me a letter.
Okay, now why did you move out? You moved out in the middle of a lease?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you moved out what day?
I moved out on April 31st.
When did you tell him, hey, I'm moving out?
I sent a letter a few days before.
There's no April 31st. There's April 30th. Go ahead.
I sent the letter a few days before, a certified and notarized letter.
Let me see the letter that you sent him. How come you didn't just call him and say, hey, I got to get out of here?
Because at that point, the relationship had gotten so bad that I just didn't even want to speak to him.
Okay, why had the relationship gotten so bad?
Because he was accusing me of things that I wasn't doing. He was harassing of the pot smoking and having my boyfriend live there. My boyfriend was not living there. He actually lived down the street from me, so he used to walk over and, you know, hang out with me or come over to use my car. I had a neighbor of mine tell me that she had, you know, heard something about me smoking pot from him. And
okay, but why did you want to move out and you moved out and broke a lease? Why did you break it?
Several reasons. The roach problem, which he clearly knew about before I moved in. Also, he lived on the premises and he was just staring at me every single time I would come in and out of the apartment. It was getting to the point where I was feeling a little bit creeped out about it. This is the only man that has a key to my apartment, and he was behaving like it was obsessive behavior.
Why? How though? That's your conclusion. I need to hear something that would cause me to conclude it.
Well, I mean, I thought that he was coming into my apartment.
What made you say that?
Because one time I lost a set of keys. I didn't know where they were. And I changed the locks to the apartment. So before I could even give him the set of keys, he comes and knocks on my door telling me, hey, I need the set of new keys.
How long after you changed the keys was that he knocked on your door?
Like the day after.
But did you say to him, how do you even know I changed my keys? Did you ask him?
Well, I mean, I didn't ask him, but, you know, I kind of thought about it and said, well, I mean, how did he even know? Because you kind of have to open the screen door just to even see the doorknob. So clearly he opened the door and saw that it was a different
doorknob. Tell me about that.
I use a specific quick set lock set for the simple reason that a lot of parts are interchangeable. This was something different. It was a Slade or something else. Okay. It was entirely different. So that tells me the locks were changed.
Okay, so what evidence do you have that he was walking in?
Like, for example, I had, you know, paperwork on my desk, and I keep everything, you know, pretty, you know, set. And I noticed that one day everything was just kind of ransacked, and I'm going, you know, something's going on here. I'm feeling like unsafe at this point.
Okay, so prove to me your roach problem that you were talking about.
Well, with the roach problem, first of all, I have asthma. And the very first day that I moved in there, that I spent the night there, I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom. I noticed at least 6 roaches roaming around in the bathroom. It was disgusting to me. I ended up finding dead roaches in the cabinets. I ended up finding roach-killing products.
All right, and what's your version of that?
So can a landlord evict a tenant for smoking pot in an apartment where in a state where it's not legal, but it's like a minor crime? What do you think?
I think so. I think so.
You can evict him?
I believe so, yes.
Huh. What do you think?
Yes, I agree.
To evict him?
Yeah.
You all agree with that? You can evict him?
Most definitely, yes.
Just because any violation of law is enough to evict him?
Yes.
Interesting. I'm surprised by this. Going inside the courtroom.
I never saw a roach in that apartment in 22 years.
Yeah, but that's
in
not.
many of my apartments.
Did she tell you that she was seeing roaches?
Yes.
Okay, how many times did she tell you that?
Once.
No.
Hold on, ma'am.
Sorry.
Once I had an exterminator go in. He
Can I
found
see
nothing.
the receipt from the exterminator?
So, he came in, I believe, on the 6th of April.
No. Came in on the 6th of February.
Oh, okay, all right.
Inspected apartment 1C. Is that yours?
Yes.
For the above insects, no activity seen in the apartment. It just says inspection. Did he do anything? He never did anything? He never sprayed?
Well,
so the guy came in first and said, I don't see a roach. And then he comes in again 2 weeks later and says, I don't see a roach.
No, the only roaches were from the marijuana, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, so you decide you're going to leave, and you leave. And you hadn't paid May, right?
No, I hadn't paid May. No,
okay, you have a security deposit on that side of how much?
It was $800 for security deposit. I have the receipts right here. I used to have
you leave behind.
receipts.
Did you clean the place when you left?
I did, yes. I have pictures of how
Let
I
me
cleaned
see the
place.
pictures of how you left the place. But according to you, not only did she not clean the place, but she did some damage, and you're laying claim to the security deposit for that reason, and then some.
Yes.
For rent.
Your Honor, I have pictures of the roaches. I have pictures of the roach-killing products that were left behind in the apartment that I'm assuming either by him or the previous tenant. These are pictures of the damage that I had left behind.
What damage did you leave behind that you photographed?
Well, the closet, the railing in the closet apparently wasn't reinforced. As soon as I put my clothing into the closet, the whole thing fell. And it's not even like I have clothing wall to wall either. I just put my clothes up and the whole thing fell. So I don't see how that's my fault. And I didn't even hang up the clothing when I first got there.
All right, so I see in her pictures numerous insects. Let me see your pictures of the damage. Let's talk about that. You want her to replace the carpets?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because according to you, what?
Oh, it was burns and stains and...
What's this, a bong?
Yeah.
What?
Is this your bong?
Your Honor, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Where did you find it?
Kitchen counter.
Who would do that? Who would leave that behind?
You'd be amazed at things people leave behind. Including their
She's
children.
such a pothead. She'd take her bong. It'd be like the one thing she remembered.
It looks like a cheap bong. I don't know. Maybe they got a bunch of them.
What happened to the window shade?
I don't know what happened to the window shade.
Broken.
That was like that.
There's a wood plank broken.
That was like that when I got there. I know what that is.
Did you ever take pictures when you moved in?
No, I didn't take.
I highly suggest that you do that. Do you have a phone?
Point. Yes.
Does your phone take pictures?
Yes.
That's not just for food and private parts, guys. Okay? It's also for evidence. That's the best use of it. You move into a place, you snap a bunch of pictures, email it to him immediately, say, I just want to make sure that you are aware these are these problems. I don't want to be blamed for them. What is this a picture of? What condition did you hand her the floor? Yeah, I know, but I don't know how old these floors are. They look really old. How were they when you handed them to her? You got to prove that she did all that damage. Okay. What's this, a stain, right? You said there were burn holes. Can you tell me which of these are burn holes? Because it's hard to tell from a picture.
This is a burn. Yeah, this is a stain. That's a burn. And the pennies just happened to be there? It's just debris left on the...
I thought somebody was trying to show me the scale of a...
You said this is a burn.
That one's a burn. There's a burn mark on the carpet. How'd they get there? Did you smoke cigarettes?
No.
Did your boyfriend smoke pot?
No.
Well, somebody was smoking in there.
That wasn't from me. That must have been before me.
Are you going to say that about everything I show you?
Well, I mean, not about everything. I mean, I do admit to the closet.
What's this a picture of?
It's something left behind. She had left it behind. We had to dispose of it.
What did you leave behind?
I left behind a dresser, and he's told me that he was going to be in charge of disposing it.
Okay. You're not supposed to leave anything behind, but obviously something's going to get deducted for having to dispose of the junk you leave behind.
Right.
Who was in charge of cleaning the refrigerator and the stove when you left?
I did not leave that like that.
What do you think he did? Like put a bunch of grime on it for the pictures?
I mean, I know that that's not how I left it.
When did you leave?
I left on the 31st.
Of what?
Of April.
Those are not accurate. Walmart, for some reason, they're...
Well, your Walmart pictures have March 13th. You knew exactly what I was looking at.
Yeah, because I looked at it the other day. The chronological stamp at Walmart is all screwed up. It's odd.
Yeah, the bong picture is in March. Okay.
Your Honor,
Do you have any pictures of how you handed the apartment to her? The answer to that's no, right?
No.
You don't have any pictures of how you handed the apartment to her? Okay. You were suing him for the return of 3 months' rent. What's that about?
Well, I mean, I feel that because of the roach problem that he clearly knew about before I got there. And, you know, he says that he paid a fumigator to come in there and fumigate, but that's not true because...
No, I'm so confused because a fumigator walked into us and said, nope, no problem here. That's not what if I pay a fumigator to walk in, I pay him to walk in and do something.
Your Honor, I told him about...
You can't put a fire out that's not there.
You can't put what?
A fire out that's not there.
That's ridiculous. I've never seen a landlord hand me a bill for a guy who came and didn't do anything.
Your Honor, that's because it's a fake bill.
That's what I figure. Did you change the locks?
After she left?
Yeah.
Yes.
May I see a receipt for changing the locks after she left?
Ray did it. Ray's the man who does my work for 10 or 12 years now. Now, I'm only asking for a partial payment on the carpet because I did get some years out of it. I don't want a new carpet because she
you have to prove that she did it, right? In order, and that's the problem that you have as a landlord. You're coming in here without a single picture of how you handed the apartment over to her, and so I'm not going to order her to pay a penny for the carpets. You need to prove it like everybody else does. And I'm sorry, you're suing for return of 3 months' rent. Why again? You lived there.
Well, Your Honor, I couldn't even move in my furniture really because I was afraid that they would.
Okay, the answer's no to that. Here's what I'm going to do. I find that she has a right to leave. I find that there was a roach problem, and I find that she has a right to go ahead and leave. I'm going to order her to pay the cleaning fee, the $100 for the garbage removal, and the locks, and the shelving that she admits to. That's a total of $400, and that means that you need to return the remaining $400 to the defendant. You don't have the right to keep rent or any of the other damages that you can't prove, and you don't have the right to return of rent. That is my verdict. Good luck, folks.
So a lease means nothing?
Well, here comes the plaintiff out in the hallway here. This case is now over. Step in here. She gets $400 returned, and your reaction is what?
The justice system has just been castrated.
Well, some people win, some people lose.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's all that happened?
No, it's more than that. You set a precedent. All right? You cannot honor a lease or a contract, and today's youth is like that. They just think they don't have to honor a handshake or a contract.
Why did you take
and this is a perfect example. Why didn't I? I don't know. Because I was going to have him testify that place was pristine. That place was pristine. Didn't get the opportunity.
You knew what I was going to ask, right?
I'm done. Later.
All right, step on in here. You get $400 back. Your feeling coming out of the courtroom here?
I think the judgment was very fair with her verdict. I did admit to some, leaving some damage behind, but
Why'd you stay there for 3 months if the roach problem was so bad?
I mean, I thought I was stuck. I thought I had to stay, but then, all the problems kept building up, and I just wasn't feeling comfortable living there anymore.
All right, let's go to Harvey.
See, I was surprised that a lot of people here, most people here, seem to believe you can evict them. The fact is, it is a violation of law in many states still, and in the states where it's a violation of law and the lease says you can't break the law, it may be grounds for eviction. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Here's my 30-second story with Guinness. As soon as my sister and I get home for the holidays, we don't even unpack. We head straight to our pub. The bartender already knows our order, Guinness and fries. We laugh all night, catch up with old friends, and walk home with faces sore from smiling. It's one of my favorite nights of the year. That was my 30-second story with Guinness.
Guinness Draft Stout. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by Diageo Beer Company, USA, New York, New York.
This is the plaintiff, Taria Harden. She says the defendant, her ex-boyfriend, stole her car, got drunk and crashed it, and now won't pay for it. She's furious because she bought the car this year and now it's totaled. The defendant claims the accident wasn't his fault, so he doesn't have to pay. We'll see about that. She's suing for $3,000, a portion of what she's actually owed. This is the defendant, Alan Younger, Jr. He says the accident wasn't his fault. Insurance paid for the car, and he simply doesn't owe the plaintiff any money. He's sad they broke up and was hoping there'd be a way to get back together, but now that she's gone and sued him in court, he isn't so sure they still have a chance. He's accused of ruining a girlfriend's day.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says her ex crashed her car and he won't pay. But he says the accident wasn't his fault. It's the case of the breakup, crack-up.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Taria Harden, you are suing your former boyfriend, Alan Younger, for $3,000, a statutory maximum in your state. According to you, you're out a lot more than that because he damaged your car, crashed your car. Tell me what happened.
Okay. On the night of June 12th, I was going out with a few friends of mine, and I decided to leave my car home. I drove in a car with my sister.
So you were out on a girls' night out?
Yes.
Okay.
Like around maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock that morning, I received a call that he was in an accident.
Who did you receive the call from?
Somebody that was on the scene with him.
Okay.
So I didn't know he had my car, so I'm just thinking he was in an accident with whoever he was with.
Are you still out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I tell my sister to drive me to the accident.
Well, he's going to ruin your girls' night out one way or another. Go ahead.
I tell my sister to drive me to the accident, which she did. So when we got there, the first thing I saw was my car in the middle of the street. So I get out the car, and the cop car was like on the other side of the street. And I'm like, what happened? So the lady looking at me like, is this your car? I said, yes, I'm the owner of the car. So she said, we have somebody in the back seat. She said, do you have any identification for him? I said, I don't have it on him, but I'm pretty sure he have ID in the house. So she said, okay, well, is there any way you could go get his ID? Which I did, and I came back. So when I got back, I looked at my car. I gave her his...
Have you seen him at this point? Have you seen him?
Yeah, I see him in the back seat of the cop
But do you
car.
talk to him? Or you...
No.
Okay.
So I go to my car, and I'm looking like, it looked hideous. Within the next 2 minutes, a tow truck came. The police called the tow truck to take the car. At the time, I didn't know, but he hit two parked cars.
Oh, they're parked cars.
Exactly. I seen one person outside at the accident, but I didn't know who he was. He was just snapping
How did the parked cars get in your way?
Then I was intoxicated and I blacked out.
That's your defense?
No, but that's the part where happened. I blacked out, so when I woke up...
Did you get arrested?
No.
So, if you found out that the guy didn't get arrested and he had passed out drunk in the car, would you go to the brass of the police department and complain?
No, I now go to a police station.
How come?
No.
You wouldn't do it? Huh. Would you do it?
No, I would just get the money, fix my car.
Okay, I mean, you're being honest. Would you do it? Would you go to the police?
That's not any of my business. I'll just be happy to be alive still and just get the money back and fix the car.
These guys are all on the run, I can tell, going inside the courtroom.
Why didn't he get arrested?
They didn't even give him a ticket. The lady, the cop that was in the car with him, she asked me, she said, could you just take him home?
Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Well,
And
why
that's
didn't you
what I
say
looked at
no?
her.
Arrest him.
I looked at her and I just was shaking my head like, are you serious? Nothing.
Do you know the officer's name?
It's on his police report.
Hand it to me.
I couldn't even believe it myself.
Where is this?
No.
Newark. It's not like this is Mayberry RFD in some little town where everybody knows everybody else and you just dry them off.
Exactly.
Did you know the cop?
She probably know me. I'm short dog. She probably know me.
Why would she know you, short dog? What's so cool about you? You heard me.
I'm a boxer. I was becoming a professional boxer, so people know me through the town.
Is he all that?
No.
So I'm at a loss. What's your defense? I got drunk and blacked out. That's not much of a defense. Can't say it's the other guy's fault. The other guys were inanimate objects. How long did you date him?
2 years. But this isn't the first car he crashed on mine. So
Get out of here.
No.
He crashed another car of
Another
yours?
car. It was just like this, but I mean, another incident where.
Why would you leave your keys around this guy?
You know what? I thought he learned his lesson. If I would have known that it was gonna repeat itself again, I swear I would have hit my keys.
First of all, does he have his own car?
No.
So he doesn't have a car, and you left him at home, and you don't take your keys with you?
No, I had my keys, but I had a spare key, which was in my drawer, supposedly hidden, but he went in there and took them.
So you dumped him after this?
Of course.
Right away?
No.
No? When did you Go ahead, I'm listening.
When I finally did get rid of him is when I asked him, when I found out the car was totaled. I thought that it could be fixable. But when the insurance company told me that it was a loss, and I'm asking him for the money, at first he told me he was gonna repay me. He was gonna pay me $200 every week until I could at least get another car. After about the second week, he just was like, oh, well, I don't owe you anything. It's like you're gonna get the money back from the insurance. And I'm like, they're not gonna pay me to get another car.
No.
They might pay for the rest of this car, but they're not gonna pay me to get another car. Meanwhile, I have to take my kids to school on a bus. I have to get to work on the bus, and he didn't even care.
What's your response to that?
I cared.
Well, show me how you cared. How much did you pay?
She kept on harassing me.
You mean asking you to pay for your accident?
Yeah, calling me all times of night and stuff, so I was getting aggravated. Ain't like I wasn't gonna pay her, but she kept on harassing me.
I don't know. It is like you wasn't going to pay it because you didn't pay it. So how much money did you pay her? What was your name, Short Dog? Because I'm sure you make a lot of money, and so you have the money to pay her. So what did you pay her for this accident?
Well, at the time, I ain't paid nothing because she was rushing me, and I don't like to be rushed.
I don't like to be rushed. You go take that bus and put your kids on the bus.
Exactly.
And that's what you have to do because I don't like being rushed. Yeah, you ain't all that. You know what you are? You're a guy who owes $3,000. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so that decision goes the way of the plaintiff. Is the defendant right here? He called himself Short Dog in the courtroom. What's your reaction to the outcome?
Oh, man, it is what it is. I crashed the car, so...
You take responsibility for it.
I was going to pay for it. She just kept on harassing me, and I don't like to be rushed, so... It's a lesson learned. It's a lesson learned.
What's the lesson that you learned out of it?
Not to drive drunk.
Well, good. You still have feelings for her?
Yeah, deeply.
Okay. All right, right around the corner this way, okay? All right, so come on in here and tell me how you feel about what you just heard from him.
I mean, he know what he did was wrong, so I'm happy.
He said he still has feelings for you.
No, that is over.
Well, he does. He does.
I don't.
You have nothing? You've moved on?
Of course.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, here's the deal. She should take the money she won and give it to the insurance company, since the insurance company has already paid her, and she's really not allowed to get double recovery under her policy. I know a lot of people don't do that, but technically under the policy, she is supposed to do that, and she should mail that money over to them.